Hey everyone, Lazy Panda here. This story time is about the time there was this toxic kid that apparently didn't see his own toxicity and really got mad and blocked me over using my oppressor in GTA 5. Now I know what you're thinking, that's ridiculous. And you would be right, it is ridiculous. But for some reason it had to become a whole thing and here we are now. I haven't thought about this story in 5 years, that's how long it was and that's how much I didn't care, but here we are now, talking about it for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this story time. If you want more of these, there will be a playlist of these. Anyways, enjoy. Now at this point, it was me being in my 5th year of school. Back then, I wasn't really a bad kid, but I also wasn't very academically good. I didn't really ever do any of my homework. I never did most of the work. The projects I did last minute or the day before. I was not exactly the role model, you could say. But with that means I played a lot of Xbox to spend my time. But of course, this was during one of my prime times of playing this game called GTA 5, or as other people call it, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now if you guys don't know what the game is, which I think you do, but just in case, it's basically a free-roam criminal-based game where you can do a lot of bad things. You can kill, you can destroy. It's a very crazy game that I've played for the last 10 years and I still enjoy it to this day. Except for the toxic griefers. For you guys, I really hate you all. But this is kind of where it started. One day, my friend and I were just playing on Xbox and then we get on GTA, we're not doing anything. Now this was the beginning of Rocksteady putting their super vehicles into the game. So the only ones that were there at the time was the Rocket Voltic, the Vigilante, and the Oppressor. And I believe one other, but I can't remember the name of it right now. So this is around 2017 basically. So as we continue forward, of course the game takes forever to load into a session, we take forever to get in with each other, and then there we go. Now my friends and I are trying to do missions and such, and I just bought my new Oppressor Mark 1. I was really loving it, I was really enjoying it. It was this new bike, it was this new thing in GTA, because at the time it was like a flying bike, one that can glide. That is crazy. How can you think of something like that in a game like GTA 5? But at this point, I got it. And I don't even want to talk about how bad my spending spree was all the time back then. At that point, when I had 20k, I would just spend it all. So the fact that I had enough to buy an Oppressor Mark 1, you can really tell I had some dedication towards it. And this was before all the fancy heists that we have today, all the fancy jobs, so it was a real hustle for me. But then as I'm doing my missions and such, I get a notification saying this guy invited you to a party. For this story time, we'll just call him Sam. Now I didn't know Sam beforehand, I never met him, and he just invited me out of nowhere. Eventually, I looked through the players list and I saw that he was also in this lobby. So I joined it, thinking nothing of it, and the first thing he says is, "Bro, you have an Oppressor Mark 1? Can I try it?" And me feeling like I was a pimp and I was really out here hustling. I was like, yeah, sure, you can use it. So I go over there, wherever he is in the map, drop it off for him, and let him have fun with it. He seemed to have been loving it. He was spending his time on it. He was really just getting a grasp for the bike. And I didn't think anything much of it. And at one point I wanted my bike back. He was a little hesitant at first for some reason, but eventually he did come back. There was nothing wrong with it, it was all fine. He and I played for a few hours and then we were good. It was a little weird that he was going to be hesitant on my own bike, but besides that, pretty good. Now we go to the next day of him and I playing. But I got on Xbox and he invited me to his party again, and then we went into GTA. First thing he asked is again, "Can I use your oppressor?" I found this kind of weird, but I was like, sure, you can use it, whatever. And, we go back again, he's using it, doing whatever, and I'm like, actually, can I use that for a second real quick? I really need it for this mission. And he said, well, bro, I only barely got to use it. And I said, I know, I just only need it for a moment. And he's like, fine. Who gave you this? Where's this attitude coming from? It's my oppressor. Later on that same session, he gets on telling me about how there's a vehicle duplication glitch. So I was a bit confused. Why are you telling me about this duplication glitch where you can get money, but you want to get on my oppressor when you could buy your own? Or even duplicate them and get more than one for yourself. But anyways, I attempted the vehicle glitch and it worked. I actually got a good amount of money out of it. I'm not gonna say, Rockstar, please don't get me banned. And it's okay because I didn't really spend any of it and I wasted it all on whatever it was. So it really didn't benefit me at the end of the day, so it made no difference. So you're welcome, Rockstar. I solved the problem for you. But again, we ended that session really with nothing bad. It was really weird that again, he was hesitant on giving me my own bike back. But again, we proceeded, forgot about it, let the day end, and went to sleep. Now the third day, that third day was the final straw. Now, we do the same cycle again. He invites me to his party, I join, we go into GTA, I'm riding around on my bike, he's talking about whatever for a good minute, and I went to go do a mission, finish it, come back, and he asks about using my oppressor. Now, I was a little hesitant to give it to him because he's always been hesitant every single time. For some reason, he's always had a problem with it whenever he had to give me back the bike. But I let him use it. Then eventually at one point, I said, can I have it back? And he goes, no, you can't have it back. So I was like, oh, okay. So in the game, you can call back your vehicle. And that's what I did. I called my vehicle back. He jumped off. The vehicle disappeared. He probably landed or he went splat. I don't know. But he got really upset about that. He started to come at me being like, what are you doing, man? You know, I thought we were friends, yada, yada, yada. I was like, bro, I just wanted my bike back. It made no sense to me because you had all this money in the world. But you wanted to complain about that? You wanted to complain about not using my bike when you can buy 10 of them? That made no sense. You know what he does? He blocks me and kicks me from the party, and I never heard of him again. All I know is that if you guys go on Xbox, he had this little moped red profile picture. It was one of the automatic Xbox profile pictures they chose for you. But that's what it looked like. That's the only thing I remember. Anywho, moral of the story. Don't be toxic towards someone because they have something that you don't. Especially if you could get it yourself and you just don't want to spend that money. At least in this case, just don't be that guy. If you really want it, then work for it. It's not that hard. I had a really horrible spending spree problem, but even then, I saved up enough money and I got myself that oppressor. Even though I spent all my money on it and I had like $2 after it, I still worked for it, didn't I? I still made it work. I hope you guys enjoy the story time. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good one. Good night and goodbye. How does a man that has so much money get mad over me who has $2 and an oppressor? That makes no sense. That is so stupid.